Wake up, West Carrollton. Welcome to WCHS News, where we give you the map that way you can start your adventure and find that treasure. Today is Motivation Monday, April 15th, 2024. There will be a study session for advanced algebra and functions portion of the AccuPlacer next week on Tuesday, April 23rd, and Thursday, April 25th, from 3:15 to 4:15 p.m. in room 112.
This portion of the AccuPlacer is required for CCP chemistry, pre-calc, and calculus classes. If you are not able to attend and would like to get the study handouts, or if you have any questions, email or see Miss Lane in room 112.
There you go.
Prom 2024. The Gatsby Gala is Friday, May 3rd. All eligible juniors and seniors received an email with their official prom invitation.
The email address from Final Form and the image with this prom invite is inside the email. Tickets go on sale for juniors and seniors next week on Thursday, April 25th, Friday, April 26th.
Tickets will be $30 each.
The email is addressed from Final Form and the image with this prom invite is inside the email. Tickets go on sale for juniors and seniors next week on Thursday, April 25th and Friday, April 26th.
Tickets will be $30 each. Tickets for underclassmen guests or non-WCHS guests will be available starting Monday, April 29th. Please make sure you have your fees paid, final forms completed, and meet the discipline requirements in order to purchase tickets once they go on sale.
Contact Miss Dare or Miss Eiler.
That's right, brothers. Prom is coming up. If you're bringing an outside guest or an underclassman to prom, you must fill out a guest form. Forms can be picked up in the main office. Yellow forms are for taking underclassmen. Pink forms are for taking outside guests.
All forms have to be completed with signatures and turned into your grade level principals by 3 p.m. next Wednesday, April 24th. There will be no exceptions to this rule. If you have any questions, please reach out to Ms. Dara.
Speaking of prom, juniors and seniors, do you want a free prom ticket?
This yearbook, the yearbook staff is giving away 6 free prom tickets. If you are a junior or a senior and purchase your yearbook before this Friday, April 19th, you'll be entered to win one of the 6 free prom tickets.
Miss Earl emailed the link to order, or you can pay with cash or check with the order form on Miss Earl's door in room 221.
The Pirate Spirit Shop is having an EOC sale. The sale is in-store only, going on now through April 26th. Purchase one regular priced item and get one of equal or lesser value for only $1. That's right, buy one, get one for $1.
Swing by the Spirit Shop during your lunch to get your special deal.
The annual spring musical performance is happening this weekend. The spring musical Into the Woods will be this Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. and Sunday at 2 p.m.
Endless hours of preparation go into practicing for the musical. We interviewed some people involved. Take a look.
Kristen Barnett,
Bryson Barnes,
Haley Schuster,
Josiah Hohen.
Lucy Bird.
So, what is your character and how hard do you think it is to play?
I am the witch, and I think it's pretty difficult. It's usually just the songs that are difficult. Some of the songs that she has to sing are really, really hard.
So I am the baker, and he's not necessarily a hard character to play. It's definitely not the easiest character in terms of the script and the music, but overall, playing the character, it's just taking who I am now and making him shy, and so I just am a lot more quiet and not as loud when I talk and watching my tone.
My character is Rapunzel, and I think, even though I don't have a whole lot of different parts, I do think that it is, on some levels, more difficult because I have some crazy high soprano notes to hit, and also my song with Kristen, the witch, is also quite difficult.
I play Cinderella's Prince and the Big Bad Wolf. I think they're fairly difficult because they each have their own solos, but they also have a lot of hard scenes for an actor.
So I play Cinderella. I think she is a pretty difficult character. All of her singing is very high up in my range, and she has a lot of speaking parts that like transition into music or like on beat.
And what techniques do you use to learn/memorize your part?
Usually I just go through them over and over and over again. Like singing, I will put the song on a loop and I will just go through it until I know it.
So what really helps me is I imagine I'm on the stage. It's not really easy to imagine because obviously if you're in your room or on your bed, you're definitely not standing up on a stage. But I try and imagine we're going through the lines together, and I try and hear the people talking, which is not easy, but it still helps because if I'm acting out that scene, and it's kind of what plays into it, because as long as I'm acting out the scene, it kind of just sticks with me.
I like to write down my lyrics and then read them over and over. It kind of helps memorize that way. And then I also will record myself singing or saying things, and then I'll fall asleep to that, and it actually helps memorize a lot.
I use, for smaller and longer lines, I just say them multiple times in a row. So it'll be just say it 5 times in a row, and then shut the book and make sure you remember it.
I use the app that we have for all of our music tracks. So I'll listen to those all the time. I'll listen to the original Broadway recording, and I'll listen to the revival recording all the time.
What other work, other than memorizing your lines and learning your songs, goes into being in the musical?
I would say interacting with people on stage, making sure that the way you're interacting with them fits your character and their character dynamic, because you might be interacting with someone different outside of the show, but in the show you have to interact with them in the way that the script makes you.
Oh, definitely making sure you know where to go. If say you're running blocking and you don't know where you're supposed to go, it becomes this huge mess. You're running into people, you're bumping into people. If you don't know where you're going, it could be catastrophic. So it's definitely a big thing to take notes on blocking and where you're supposed to go. That way you're also where you're supposed to be for choreography.
We have set buildings on Saturdays, and then we also learn dances that go for the musical. So we do a lot of choreography, and you learn it in musical rehearsal, but then you have to go over it yourself over and over and over again to make sure that you have it down.
Dancing, because everybody's in a couple of dance numbers at least, so you got to remember those when they pop up, and then just I guess remember.
Remembering all of your blocking and the choreography, those kind of go hand in hand because they really add all of the character into what you're doing. So remembering those points, it adds so much depth to what you're saying or what you're singing.
What's your favorite part of practice?
My favorite part of practice is just running through the entire show, because I don't like having to stop, so I just want to run through it over and over again.
Oh, probably just the good vibes. We have had a really good musical season so far. Everything's been very, very, I'm not going to say relaxed, but it's been very positive. There's not been anything negative to it. Everybody's supporting each other. It's a huge cast. It's a huge musical. Everybody's just trying to get to the end game goal, which is performing it and doing it right.
Practice is probably either blocking or when we run the whole show, because it just is kind of cool to see it all come together.
Probably running through the actual show. There's our blocking and our dancing rehearsals. Those are always fun, but actually running it and being able to be the character is also something that I really enjoy. So.
I really like our blocking rehearsals. It's something always new. It's something that you have to be very aware of and in charge of, yourself. And while our music rehearsals are fun, they're mainly just going over the same stuff over and over again.
How do you motivate yourself to practice and to never give up?
I just have to remember the end result of all the other shows that I've been in and make sure that I work just as hard or even harder than I did before.
To be honest, it's really hard too. It's definitely draining, mentally and physically. The musical is draining. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because everybody needs that sort of challenge, whether it be on a day-to-day basis or just in general. Everybody needs a challenge, and with that, musical can provide a lot of challenge, but in the end, if you stick to what you're trying to do, you can get it done.
I got this role. I see it as a privilege because someone else could have gotten my part, and so that really motivates me to work hard to prove that I can be what I've been chosen to do.
I think of it as not just a personal achievement, but I think of doing this for the show. I want to make this show as entertaining as possible for anybody who wants to come see it.
My character has a lot of pressure because it's the first singing person and the last singing line, so it's just knowing that my character is going to be followed throughout the show is making me be okay, this has to be perfect then.
Yeah. Are you on NHS or are you working towards your community service seal and need volunteer hours? This first annual WCHS Artfest is looking for volunteers. Mr. G is looking for volunteers on Friday, May 3rd to set up the art show, moving murals, and sidewalk chalk decorating.
On the day of the event, Saturday, May 4th, Mr. G needs volunteers for setup and cleanup crews, as well as face painters, henna artists, and performers. Anyone interested in community service hours, please see Mr. G in room 121.
Senior news. Class of 2024 seniors. You'll be voting on graduation speakers this Friday at 7:30 a.m. in room 307.
You must be present to vote. You do not have to be present to win. If you show up at 7:31 or later, you will not be admitted.
Attention graduates! Please sign up for small group practice for graduation this week in room 307. Small group practice is a chance to practice your graduation setup in a smaller group prior to the mandatory large group practice.
You can only sign up for yourself. Please do not interrupt class. The sign-ups will be just inside room 307. On the wall, you have to sign up to practice.
Seniors, the baccalaureate service is quickly approaching, and Ms. Kershaw is looking for students interested in reading scripture, sharing a favorite poem, or singing a song.
Baccalaureate is an interdenomination service for all students. Please stop by room 106 to sign up today.
Clubs. Prom committee meeting members. You will meet this Thursday, April 17th after school in Allers room, room 2. Any questions, contact Dara or Miss Aller.
Sports. There is a meeting for anyone interested in trying out for boys soccer next fall, scheduled for today at 3:15 in the cafeteria.
If cannot attend the meeting, stop by the athletic office to pick up information about off-season workouts.
Volleyball open gyms continue this week on Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. and Sunday from 5 to 7 p.m.
Any girl interested in playing volleyball next year should be attending these open gyms. I repeat, you should be attending these open gyms.
Attention all students interested in being on the cheer team next year. Cheerleading clinics are next week.
Clinic will be April 23rd, April 24th, and 25th from 4 to 6 at the intermediate building. Tryout will be April 28th at the high school. Tryout time will be arranged by coaches at clinics.
Sign-up packets are now available in the main office. Have a great day.